Minecraft Story Mode. It's one of those games that, whenever you look back on it, you're like, man, that was a great game. But, it's just never in your mind because it's gone now. Which I will say, take these with a bit of a grain of salt because I haven't played any of these levels, which, I'm ranking every level, Season 1 and 2. Anyways, I haven't actually played these levels in, at least 5 years, fully, played all of them in 5 years at minimum. Honestly, maybe even 6 or 7 years. So I did kind of just rewatch a bunch of Dan TDM playthroughs and stuff like that, and go through other people's rankings of it, and then looking at other things from my own experience, remembering it, and doing all that jazz. Because I don't have anything with all of Minecraft Story Mode. I don't have the app anymore, and since Telltale decided to go bankrupt and whoever bought them out isn't bringing these back on the shelves, I can't really play it anymore. But that's besides the point. Let's get started. And also I want to mention something before, real quick, because people are going to get, I feel mad at this list a bit. Every one of these are good, maybe even great. I really like and have a fun time playing all of these. I like the story, I like mostly the gameplay. I think they're all pretty good. So even the one in last is a good level. Don't just because it's in last doesn't mean it's bad. Okay, I just want to establish that. Which is why that in my number 13 spot is Season 1, Episode 2. Let's first off it's too short. Yes, you get 2 whole different levels, one with Ellegaard and one with Magnus, but you only get to play one of them unless if you restart the game. So, that's the first thing. But it's the shortest of them, I believe. It's just really short, and there's a bit of a problem with that I have. I do like the short thing, like I said before, that you get 2 whole different levels. You can play this twice, and it'll be 2 different experiences. It's not just the same thing coded in a different color, right? They're very different. But one thing that I always found is that I liked Ellegaard's level much better than Magnus's. I thought Magnus, honestly, I like Ellegaard more than Magnus. I thought Magnus was a bit annoying. I like Olivia slightly better than Axel. So he's you're taking 2 of some of my least favorite characters, I guess, and then we're having an episode around them that's just not as engaging. I also like the story of Ellegaard's better. But yeah, I do think Ellegaard's is better than Magnus. I was I don't think this episode's bad. As I see here, it's not bad, but it's just not as good as the other levels in the game. Yeah. And this one's gonna make people mad. At number 12 is episode 1 of the whole series. Listen, okay, I'm gonna say something. This is a great episode. This is great. I think the Witherstorm story, out of what I can say, honestly, this game has 3 seasons, not 2. Episodes 5 through 8 of Season 1 is really just Season 2 or Season 1.5, or just a whole new arc. I think the Witherstorm arc is probably the worst one. I mean, looking back at it, I'm yeah, it kind of is. I mean, of course, Witherstorm is iconic. It's one of the things that I'd say is in this game that's just equally as iconic as a bunch of things from Minecraft. I mean, so many people know what the Witherstorm is. It's so immensely iconic, right? Yeah, I did like the ending. The ending was pretty promising. The characters were all good. Lucas, Jesse, and Petra, and Ivor were all and Ruben, my goat. They were all the best ones, but it was still good. Yeah, it was a good start at setting up the series and its characters, like the Ocelots, like I said, Lucas, Petra, Jesse, Axel, Olivia, Ivor, the Order of the Stone, the Witherstorm, the whole journey of this first arc. It does a great job setting that up. But yeah, it is a bit overrated because, of course, it is the first episode and people have nostalgia towards it. Because, oh my god, it's the first episode. It's when people say that TV show pilots are some of the best episodes of the show. It's it's almost never the case. You can have an amazing pilot, but it's almost never the best episode of the show. Anyways, that's my example. Starting off at number 11, though, is Season 1, Episode 8. I do quite like this one. I think the old builders Mevia, Hadrian, and Otto. That's their name. Are pretty good. I like them. I think the old builders are cool. What I would say is that I actually do like all the hints to who's an old builder. Of course, there's the theory that all of the characters that we see are actually old builders from Cassie is almost 100% old builder in this episode. They quick theorizing. Cassie's almost 100% old builder. She literally says, "Oh, they say when they see the white pumpkin, they're like, oh, I haven't seen one of those since Cassie left. And Tim is the only one who was supposed to leave, but Cassie left, which means she's probably an old builder. Harper's pretty cool. I said here I like the pseudo ending they gave because, of course, it wasn't the actual ending. It was because there's a season 2. But I did like the ending with everyone going home, them having the atlas, and then, of course, them putting all their new adventure items on the pedestals. I thought it was really cool. I did like that ending. This one is one of the only ones that I actually have a problem with some of the puzzles. It can be quite slow sometimes, and the puzzles are a bit annoying in some cases. I would say the Spleef opening scene was great. Seeing both of them die, I mean, you could definitely presume, okay, they wouldn't kill them off like that, but seeing both of them die in that Spleef opening was pretty crazy. And I thought it was great. Overall, I think it's a good end to season 1, or the Portal arc. It's a great episode, just one of the worst of the series. I know that's not a thing to say, but honestly, I do really like these episodes, and I think they definitely hold up, Anyways, next at number 10 is season 2, episode 1. This is great because I actually really like this one. I do say here, it's a bit too long. It's a bit too long, but there's a lot of information given here. Of course, you get everything in Champion City. You get stuff with Jack. You get the admin or the Prismarine Giant. Honestly, if the Prismarine Giant or Colossus was the main villain of season 2, that would have been pretty solid. I think he looks so cool. He's such a cool villain. In episode 1, especially when you're in his base, that's when it starts ramping up. The fight you have with him in the ocean was great. Then the cliffhanger when you're back to Beacon Town and then he just shows up leading to episode 2 is great. I honestly really like season 2 episode 1. It is a bit crammed with information, but honestly I think it works really well. I also quite like the new characters. Stella, Luna, Radar, Jack, and Nerm are all pretty great. Honestly, I'd say Radar's the worst. Probably because I don't like his voice, honestly. No offense to the voice actor. I didn't like his voice in this. I thought it was really good. Champion City. I think Champion City is a good example of how the world is explored. I think it's a neat thing to see. Anyways, next up at number 9 is season 1, episode 5. It does take a while to get into Sky City, which is probably my biggest problem with this episode. It feels like we just don't have enough in Sky City. It feels like there's 40, there's so much setup. By the time you get into Sky City, the main plot of the episode with the portals and the rifts, all that, it's halfway done, So I feel like when you get to Sky City and then the climax of, oh my god, it's all destroyed and we fell off, I feel like you just don't feel that enough. I feel like there could have been a short section where we set up the blaze rods and all that jazz and then just plop us into Sky City. I think that would have worked better. But, I do like seeing how Beacon Town is running with the new Order of the Stone and stuff like that. The adventure that they first have and all that jazz. I do think there's a lot of good in that first half, but I think just getting to Sky City would have benefited us more, if you're getting what I'm saying. I did say it makes the reveal less impactful. The reveal of the ground, I didn't really care because we spent, 10, 15, 20 minutes at most in Sky City? Why do I care, Aiden's a good villain, but he's kind of annoying, I'll say that. It does set the vibe for the portals and the rifts very well. And there's also a theory that Issa is an old builder because she built all of this by herself. I have been complaining a lot, but I do really like when we get to Sky City. I think it's really great from there. But I would say you can definitely swap it with Season 2, Episode 1. I think these two are pretty interchangeable. It was number 8 is Season 1, Episode 4. This one's a hard one. Actually, when I say about annoying puzzles, there's an annoying puzzle here because there's a maze. There's a maze. I hate mazes. But, that was pretty great. No, the maze was not pretty great. I don't know what I'm saying. That was the biggest comic episode that stopped me from going up. But honestly, from here on out, there's a lot of episodes I think can definitely be swapped around. Of course, like I said, I haven't played in a long, long while. So that's also a bit hard to judge, but we're going based off my memory and the Dancing EM videos. Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah. Ruben's death. So sad. So sad. Everywhere, 9 years ago, people like me, we were all crying at Ruben's death. It's just horrible. Actually, no, this is it's a great scene, but it's so sad. I love Ruben. Anyways, the Order of Stone. I actually did really like the lore in this episode. Oh, I said Witherstone Fire. Yeah, the whole. Okay, that was a loud notification. Anyways, the whole lore of this episode, I really love. I really, really like the lore of this whole episode with, of course, firing. This is a YouTube thumbnail. I don't know from who, because I searched up Order of the Stones are fake. This is such a good thing for this Order of Frauds. I just found it. I'm like, okay, that's great. But yeah, they're fake. They're fakers. Although, here's the thing I didn't get about this. One slight issues. All they lied about was beating the Ender Dragon. Other than that, we see that these guys are actually good at what they do. I mean, Gabriel, I guess we don't really see his warrior side because he's in a coma for half of the game and then has amnesia. But Soren, he's actually smart and everything does and all that. Ellegar is an actual engineer, a good engineer. Ivor is a good potion brewer, and Magnus is good at bombing things. They're all good at what they do. It's just that they didn't kill the Ender Dragon. They used command block. Which also, theory number 1 that I'm going to give. I'm going to give a few theories in this video. The command block was made by Romeo or Fred. Either or. It could have been Fred, then Romeo took it, then just put it on a mountaintop. Because he does like doing that, putting magical gloves and magical items on top of mountaintops. Anyways, I did really like the Witherstone fight, crafting the weapon, and then, of course, having to deal with the tentacles and breaking the command block. I thought it was great. I did like the new threat that the 3 Witherstones faced, and yeah. I think this was a great episode, a really great episode. It just doesn't happen to, it's just not my favorite, okay? Anyways, at number 7 is Season 2, Episode 2. Man, I really like this one. I really do. I mean, I kind of forget. This one, you kind of just forget that this one's really, really good. The Snow Admin's great. The Colossus fight at the beginning was just so good. I thought I really liked it. It was so entertaining. Again, if this guy was the main villain, I mean, he could have been great. And then, oh my god, the Snow Admin putting through them all the trials and stuff like that. It was so fun. And the whole Snow Palace was really cool. You could also, again, take 2 different paths, either with Jack, Voss, and Peksha, or with the Radar and someone else who I'm forgetting. I'm pretty sure. But overall, I really did like it. Honestly, that whole part of it was great. Yeah, like I said here, it's just everything good about episode 1. Just add it to episode 2, and then have more improvements. I like the Snow Admin, and the fight is better here. The Snow Admin is really cool. The puzzles and the length and the pace is really great. Now, the twist with Voss that he was an admin was pretty great. There's just so much greatness in this episode that I really, really like it, okay? Season 2, Episode 2 is kind of peak. Anyways, at number 6 is Season 1, Episode 3. I really like introducing Soren. Soren's pretty cool. Of course, going to the end was also really cool. The Formidabomb at the end, blowing up the worst. Honestly, the whole ending was great. Take Magnus's armor, because I'd rather have him dead than Elgard. I'm like, am I the one who doesn't really like Magnus that much? Anyways, so you take the 4-minute bomb, blowing up the Winter Storm, and then it reviving at the end of the episode. Of course, Elgard or Magnus's death is great, and then whether you save Petra or Gabriel, whoever you didn't save, I always save Petra. Gabriel, because Gabriel also has the better ending where he's like, who's Gabriel? You know, I thought it was great. I really like that ending. I think it was all good. You know, and again, I think, like, is this a hot take to say that this is, like, most definitely my least favorite arc, and, like, it's not even that close? Is that a crazy thing to say? It's still a really great episode. I'm just saying, I definitely think, like, the Witherstorm arc is the worst out of the whole series. I don't know if that's a hot take or not. Anyways, next up is Season 2, Episode 3. I like in Episode 2, they set up the Sunshine Institute. I really do like the Sunshine Institute. I thought it was great. The admin, of course, showing up when he does, and fighting Petra or Jack, depending on who actually got the clock. You know, not clock. Yeah, it was a clock. Yeah, never mind. Whoever got the, like, day or night clock, they became the admin's champion, and then the admin, you fought against them, and then there was a great scene with that where they betray the admin to fight against him. That was great. The Warden also serves as a pretty good villain, especially his death scene from Zara was pretty good. The ending escape was really great, like fighting the Ghast, I thought was really cool, and then going below the bedrock. It was great. This one was just so sad. There's two really sad moments in the episode. I'm good. Jeff. I don't know why. This was so sad with his reaction. And Jeff. Oh my god. It's so sad. Jeff was so tragic. It broke me. Jeff, honestly, his shearing may be sadder than Ruben's death, if I'm gonna be honest. It was so sad. Oh, anyways, sadder was the choice between Luna and Nurm. You leave behind Luna, you do not leave behind Nurm. Anyways, we're Zara. Of course, I'm trying to free Zara, and Zara is a good character. I really like Zara and the whole lore. Like, honestly, Season 2 may be my favorite with lore. I really like the admin stuff with Zara, Fred, and Romeo. I thought it was great. I think Zara is a good character. The whole Sunshine Institute is really cool. It's a really great vibe. I love the prison setting. I do like the different paths. You can take if you're being a prison guard or a prisoner. Be the prison guard. Why would you be the prisoner? Overall, this is a really great episode that I quite enjoyed. Anyways, in top 4 now. Number 4 is Season 1, Episode 7. I know a lot of people have this as, like, their number 1. It's not my number 1, but it's a great one. Palma is a really good villain. I thought it was interesting. The connections to Harper is pretty good. Speaking of which, Harper's a pretty good character, being an old builder. Actually, looking into the old builder stuff was really, like, cool. I kind of just like the old builders more and the more I think about them. I think it was really interesting, you know. Like I said, it was all interesting to hear about. Very solid ending of them, getting the heart and then taking it out of Palma, going, and then Harper's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take you home." What a liar! I really did like the vibe of it. Like when you get into the episode, and then you see the zombies with the redstone chip in their head and all that. It was really cool. The whole mind control thing. Like I said, everything with Harper and her like puzzles and the water and the chase scene to get to her lair was really cool. Best part of the episode is the VR gameplay, is like the zombies and the skeleton trying to outrun Palma by jumping to animal or jumping mob to mob. And I really did like the tension in this episode of, Palma is trying to get Harper's mind to build a portal to go to other universes and to corrupt them all and make them useful. Yay. Anyways, this is a really great episode. A tad bit overrated because I think some people hold it as like their number 1. It's not my number 1. But yeah. It was next, top 3 now. We have season 2, episode 4. This is probably the best episode, like, lore-wise, which should be, like, the number 1 giveaway, but I love all the stuff that we do with Fred. I mean, I said some could argue, because some could argue that, doing that stuff was tedious, but I think the lore aspect and how it helped build the story, and then when we see Fred, especially the cabin scene with Fred, or not Fred, with Petra and Jesse, that cabin scene was actually like really great. And seeing the cabin with Fred, Zara, and Romeo, and also seeing the underground and older sections, the Zara's world, Fred, and then Romeo's world. Speaking of which, Romeo's challenges were really, really cool. I quite like that. What do? Oh yeah, the underneath was really cool. See, then Ivor is a ninja now. I'm so glad Ivor's back. He was definitely missing inclusion. Hearing more about his life with Harper is pretty cool. Bro, there's just a lot of good. There's so much good with this episode, mainly in the lore. Like, yes, there are some sections and some bits can feel just a bit off and tedious, but I think the lore of it being just so really well done. Potato 451, hearing about that, and then seeing Fred and his life, how he died, how Romeo killed him, Zara, and also I said this here, leave Radar behind for like the Enderman, because you get such a good moment in the next episode with the Enderman chasing after the Prismarine Colossus. It's so cool. And yes, well, it's called the story mode, so the one with the best story actually doesn't have the best story, it has the best lore. Let me correct myself. The one with the best lore should be the number 1, right? Well, again, there's some things that are a bit tedious, particularly in like finding out things about Fred can be seen as a bit tedious. But while the other 2 levels are really great in lore and are less tedious. Speaking of which, number 2 and number 1, I can definitely see you swapping them. But at number 2, I have season 2, episode 5. What a fantastic way to end the series! I actually think is a near perfect way to just finish it off, of having this choice to either stay in Beacon Town and let it run, or to go off with Petra adventuring for the rest of your life. Like, while I would have liked a season 3, I mean, if you want to know, the original season 2 idea was to find where Soren is. You'd go with Ivor to find out where Soren is, and you'd find out that he was actually an old builder. That was the original idea for season 2. Then they changed it to stuff with the admins. I'm not mad about that, not at all. But I did really love this ending. Like, while I wish for a Minecraft Story Mode season 3, I'm not mad about the ending that we get. Of you get to actually choose your own ending. And also, there's no way they can make a story mode season 3 now, because they're gonna have to make 2 whole games, 2 whole different games, But honestly, I truly, truly love the ending to this, of how they split off and you get to pick your own adventure. I mean, it's so good. I really love the ending. That was a Romeo is also really great in this episode. I mean, you got his memed line of the "I need iron blocks," but of course, but no one cares about that. I don't care. Romeo is great in this episode. His ending was really good. Of course, the final fight with him, like I said, I hopefully I said it here. I really love the final fight with him, where he's glitching out, and then of course the idea of whether you save him or not, and how you see the more human side of him. Really great. The opening with either Champion City's death or destruction, or Zara's death, was really, really great. I mean, Zara's death is the better option in my opinion, because you get to see how dark Romeo truly has become, and he just killed Zara. That was really good. Again, if you love Radar behind, you get this peak moment between the giant Enderman and the Colossus, and it's dope as hell. I really did like this corrupted Beacon City. It's really cool. Then Luna or Nurm, whoever you decide to leave behind, coming back was also really good. Honestly, this is just a fantastic episode, but of course, my number 1 has to be season 1, episode 6, the White Pumpkin, or the YouTuber one. Of course, the YouTubers were all really cool to see. Even if you didn't watch some of them, they were all still really cool to see. Although you could say that because they're YouTubers, it made the mystery a tad bit too obvious because Cassie Rose is not a YouTuber. Oh god, I wonder who's gonna be the one who's gonna be the murderer. Like, it's a bit obvious if you know about it from that, but hey, I still thought it was great. I really did like the murder mystery aspect to this episode. I thought it was pretty fun. White Pumpkin's probably my favorite villain in the entire series. Either White Pumpkin or the admin. I think it's really, really cool. I love the White Pumpkin so much. The design with the axe and the oh yeah, I really like the plot looking for the portal keys and the whole thing of Dan got them and Stampy stole them, and then she wants them because she's an old builder and she wants to get back home. Yes, Cassie's an old builder. I mean, to be fair, I thought this was like a theory thing until I realized that in the episode, after rewatching it, that in the episode they say that she was most likely an old builder. I'm like, well, there that goes. But yeah, I love this one. I mean, there's a reason why this is the most viewed. It's totally not the YouTubers. It's because it's the best one. I mean, it's just so good. I love the ending of the White Pumpkin, and then them getting back into the portal. Yeah, this is definitely my favorite. A bit of nostalgia for it because this is like the episode in my opinion, but hey. Anyways, that is my list for every Minecraft Story Mode episode. If you agree or disagree, that's fine. Comment your list down below, or just say how much you like the game. So, bye.